So you turn on your PS2 at the back, and this light doesn't come on. You get no standby light, you get nothing when you press these buttons. That usually means the power board has gone wrong. And all you need to replace it is a Phillips head screwdriver and of course a replacement power board. This one's from eBay. Before you start taking apart the PlayStation, make sure you've unplugged it and left it for a while, because the power board has capacitors in it that may store electrical current for quite some time after turning on. First thing you're going to need to do is remove this sticker, or as I've done, just slice along the seams of it so you can take it apart. Then take out your expansion bay cover, left hand side, flip it upside down, and then you need to remove the rubber feet, which normally just come out with your nail and the plastic middle bits. Plastic inserts in here. This one's missing a foot there. Let me take all those out. So there's 6 on the bottom of here, and then there's 2 more plastic bits here. Take those out. And then just take the screws out. So there's a long one there. There's 2 different types of screw. There's long ones here. You don't really need to remember which go in which hole, because you can just drop. If you drop it in the wrong hole, it'll just stick out and it'll be obvious it's the wrong screw. As long as you do the longer ones first and put it together. So that's the long one, and I think these at the end are short. So take those out. So yeah, I've already cut this sticker with a Stanley knife so you can see it comes apart. You only need to take the bottom part off, if you can get it off. Because the power board, tip top off like this. Now you be careful, because there is a ribbon cable that connects the buttons on top. Take that off, just move all these screws out of the way. Two, I think. So these 2 screws hold the control port and memory card port on. And they are a different colour from the other ones, so it's easy to tell. Take the base off. Yes, there we go. The base comes off. It's one piece. It's dusty. And this is your power board here, this bit. So this just has 4 screws in the corners. And then once you've done them, you can just pull up and it comes out. I forgot a step. So on this side here, there is, it's easier if I get the other board. So the board's like this is the second board. Click over. On this side here, there is a white connector which connects the socket on the back that your power lead goes into. So if I just disconnect that now, there you go. Power board is out. Now, move this out of the way. You don't need to do this bit, but if you're unsure and you haven't bought a new board yet, you can test. You can test the board. So this is a broken board. And what you can do is, if you connect if you remove this part, or if you just connect it while it's still in the PlayStation. It's the power lead, obviously, and if you connect it to the power board, make sure it's on a non-conductive surface like this wood. And then if you put it to put your multimeter to DC volts 20, and then this is where the power comes out, this connector here. You can see on the back, half of it's connected to one side and half of it's connected to the other. So there's 2 pins positive and 2 pins negative. So we just spin that around a second. So if we just put that in there, and that in there, and get your mains lead, and for whatever you do not touch the board while your mains lead's plugged in. Plug that in and switch it on. So we're getting some kind of rating, but we're not getting the 12 volts that we want. So if I turn that off, disconnect it, disconnect these, put that to one side. Now I've got the brand new power board. Get out of its box. You see it's different style, but the shape of it is the same, which is the most important thing. The shape of it and where the connectors are is the same. So it's got slightly different components, but that shouldn't matter. So we'll move it out of the way. And I'll connect this up again and put these either side of here. And we should see. There we go. I've got them the wrong way around, so this is minus, but there we go. So that's a working power board, and that's what you should get, 12 volts. A safety thing, while you're testing your board with a power like this, do not touch the board for quite a while afterwards, because you'll see if I turn it off now and remove this, it's still got voltage in it. It will probably stay around 5 volts for a little while, I know. It's dropping quite quickly, but there's still volts in it. It's these capacitors and this big capacitor here. Don't touch them. Another part to check that you could test with your multimeter is you could switch your multimeter to continuity and make sure this switch actually is working and this cable isn't damaged anyway. So all you do is switch it into the on position, have your multimeter on continuity mode, which is the one where it does this, and then if you put, let's say, a prong on one of these connectors in here, it's an easier way to do it. Might be easier to shove it in the back actually, and then touch one of the prongs here. There you go, that should beep. And then if you check the other one, put it in the back. There you go. Another thing to check with your multimeter is you can put it on back onto continuity mode, and you can check this fuse here. So the power supply boards have a fuse. If you just put something across it, it should beep. And if it doesn't beep, that means the fuse is gone. Get this new power board, and reassembling it's easy. You just click that white clip back in. And then make sure that there's 4 white prongs sticking up, quite large white prongs here, and they need to go in the connector on the board. Push them in. There we go. And then get your 4 screws. And screw it back in. It should be fairly tight, but don't over tighten them because it's only like pressed steel that you're screwing into, so it's not the strongest, and also the circuit board might break. That's a spare one. Right. Now we need to put the base back on. Like this. The front of it wants to go on first. And once you've got it so it's at the back, it should be sort of in line with everything again. Flip it back over. Take the top off carefully again. can reattach these two. This piece here, so there's a ribbon cable. The ribbon cable should go, you see it comes out there, it should actually go down into that hole. And then you've got two plastic pins that hold this in the right place for the screws. And put the case on, you'll need to sort of lean it forward to get it over this part of the disk drive. So disk drive needs to lean it forward and then slot it on, flip it back over, and we put the screws back in. Like I said before, if you just drop the long screws in, they'll just go where they need to go, but if you put it in the wrong hole, they will stick out or not even go in at all in that case. So the long screws are these four here. This side of the console. Now once you've got your screws in, you just put your the rubber feet go in the corners of this part, obviously. So there and there. This one was missing one, so we're not going to have one for that, but never mind. Put those in. And then don't forget to put your expansion bay bit back in. There you go. And then when you plug it in, switch the switch on the back, you should get a nice red light there. Turns on and everything.